How's it going, everybody? This is Michael Hutchinson for BloodyElbow.com, and today we're going to do a little wrap-up of the news because so much news came out today, right from the start of the morning from, I believe it was 1 p.m. Eastern Time. I guess I call that morning. Actually, that was around 11, 12, I'm not sure. But the news broke earlier today that Cyborg would have her first UFC fight, and it would be against Leslie Smith at UFC 189. We have the article over on BloodyElbow.com, so check that out. The links for the article will be in the descriptions. UFC officials confirmed this today on UFC.com, and if you haven't seen it yet, check out the lineup for UFC 198. We have Verdum Miocic as the headliner, Jacare Souza, Vitor Belfort, Damian Maia, Matt Brown, Anderson Silva, Uriah Hall, Mauricio Shogun Hua, Corey Anderson, Nate Marquardt's on the card, Lil Nog's on the card, John Lineker, and now Cyborg added. Oh my god, it's too much. You could replace UFC 200 with UFC 198. Just rename UFC 198 UFC 200. It's pretty much what you can do, and yeah, everybody would be fine with that. It is a stacked card and just got even bigger. Now, obviously, Leslie Smith will go into the contest as the huge underdog, but I think that this fight is more to give the fans a little preview of what Cris Cyborg can do in the octagon for those who haven't seen her fights outside of the organization. Now, going on from good news to a little bit of not so good news, Jon Jones, again, cannot get driving right. I don't know why, just listen to the video. This video was obtained by MMA Nation, which is the account you're watching right now. And here's a little clip from the video that we uploaded.
My engine at the red light, and I never took off racing at all. Nor was the car next to me ever took off racing. I just simply revved my engine.
You took off at a high rate of speed, sir.
No, I did not.
Only you kept going. He slowed down.
No, I did not.
Okay.
You are an absolute fucking liar.
Well, we can talk about it in court. I need you to sign inside this box. Once again.
Oh no. Jones, what are you doing? So for those who haven't seen the video yet and don't know the news, Jon Jones was pulled over because when he was at a red light, he says that, and this is all allegedly because he hasn't been proven guilty of anything, he was at a red light and he saw a fan in another car and he revved his car, and I guess they were pretending as though they would street race, but he says that he wasn't, and he took off quickly at the light once the light turned green, and then the cop pulled him over for drag racing. So nothing's been proven though. Jon Jones says, of course you heard in the video, that he didn't do it, but again, Jones, come on man, get somebody to drive for you. You have enough money, please. It is that simple. Just don't drive anymore, okay? And if you're gonna drive, don't do stupid things. And we go from Jon Jones being pulled over to another disappointing story, and this story isn't really disappointing for the person who's the main subject of the story, but it's a disappointing thing for me as a journalist to hear about. It is Ariel Helwani talking about his departure from Fox. He essentially got fired, and he went on he's the host of the MMA Hour. On the MMA Hour, he talked about what happened and why he was essentially fired from his position at Fox. And here's a little snippet. If you want to hear the whole thing, go to MMAfighting.com. Here's Ariel talking about it.
About this now, because unfortunately, the juxtaposition of both jobs kind of starting at the same time, and the differences couldn't have been more clear from the get-go. And that's just being the truth. That's just telling the truth, I should say. That's just being honest. I will tell you this. I have never in my life quit anything. I don't quit. I'm not a quitter. I've been frustrated. I've wanted to leave, but I don't quit things. I see them out. And to me, seeing it out was this UFC on Fox contract. I was very proud of the fact.
So if you want to continue watching that is all on MMAfighting.com. He goes on for a while talking about his time right now at SB Nation and how they appreciate him at SB Nation compared to UFC on Fox that didn't really give him the respect that he deserves as the best journalist in the game. So we've gone back-to-back stories that haven't been so good. Let's end it off on a story that everybody can be happy with. UFC 196 drug test came back and everybody was clean, including Nate Diaz. He did not pop for weed. So that's good. That would have been a little messy had he popped for weed. And then UFC 200, the rematch that hasn't been confirmed yet. So everything's good as far as UFC 196 drug test. And Nate Diaz said that everybody was on steroids. Well, turns out the UFC didn't catch anybody on steroids for UFC 196, so that's a good thing. So that's the day of news. We got Cyborg fighting in the UFC at UFC 198. We have Jon Jones being pulled over and given a traffic ticket. We have Ariel Helwani explaining why he was fired from Fox. And UFC 196 drug tests coming back clean. If you want to watch more videos, subscribe to MMA Nation on YouTube. And if you want all of your MMA news, please, every single day come to bloodyelbow.com. We have some great writers and fantastic pieces. Thanks for watching.